culture or science is too often laid down with either a stupefying giddiness accompanied by claims that cannot be justified, or else validly described, but devoid of a true élan vital. These cause detached, as in detached retina, observations, instead of clear and useful observations. For instance, an observer, surely good-hearted, but also without in-depth comprehension, might say that at the center of curanderismo is la curandera, the healer who intervenes, the one who asks for intercession, who praises and reweaves the unraveled worlds of mind, body, and spirit in order to improve the mundane and spiritual health of the patient. Such an observation, however, would be in grave error. Truly at the center, firstly and lastly, is the flower-bedecked god, called and accompanied by the drum, or by the embers of copal incense burning with piercing fragrance, and or by the white smoke twirling upward from hundreds of sweet-smelling wax candles, all ablaze. The phrase New Age has never been and will never be a part of curanderismo. God is the exact center, the precise mother drum of the entire relationship we call curanderismo. That this is so can only be realized by observation through eyes that are clear, not hooded, those that are filled with the kind of unknowing that desires, nevertheless, to learn, rather than from an unknowing that cares little for the inextinguishable heart of a thing. Down through the centuries, there have been myriad efforts to describe what I would call el aliento profundamente, the great breath to be found in the art of the healer. In a proper world, description itself is a phenomenon which carries a high degree of numinousness in the right hands. Though some few portraits of certain aspects of curanderismo, such as those beautifully detailed and translated in the Popol Vuh, the great Mayan holy book, have been painterly and shapely, others have used flat, muddied pigments that caused the visage of the whole to be destroyed rather than to be described in all its nuances and splendor. The following are examples of further distortions of curanderismo. I do not cite them as condemnations, but only as examples of a typical kind of overpainting that has occurred for eons, and which now must be carefully removed in order for the true face of curanderismo underneath to be revealed accurately and beautifully, according to what once was considered a stylish second and third order analysis, that is, an attempted ratiocination of the phenomenon from the outside rather than from the inside. Curanderismo might be described as a folkway associated with a certain ethnic group, particularly those from the lower classes in various of the lands now called Old Mexico. It might be said further that such people believe that God is delivered into the healer, so that individuals so designated may then perform an eccentric set of rites while pronouncing certain prescribed words. Various artifacts are burned and or fanned in various ways, after which the patient is declared cured. The patient pays the curandera with a previously agreed upon currency, and after that, all life returns to normal. No. In such a portrayal, the crucial insights into the mysteries of healing are missing completely. Surely, a massacre of all the poets in the world would have had to take place for God to agree to be pleased with such a heart-nailed-shut story. When describing artfulness, resorting to reductionistic narratives is rather like describing a tiger leaping with all its claws spread and glinting as simply a striped hide flung into the air, the mass of which appears to be larger at one end than at the other. This kind of description